Hello, everyone. My name is Dio Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast. We're coming to you live from the fifth and final round of Swiss of day one here on Thursday at Gen Con. Today, I am joined by my good friend,
Crispy.
And we have Colin, Richard versus my other good friend, William Haigwood, co-host of the Gold Squadron podcast and host of Wednesday night Flight Clubs on our Twitch channel. So we have 4 U-Wings versus Double Decimator and some TIE Fighters. We're going to break down these squads, but before we do that, let's go ahead and open up that Choose Your Champion voting, as well as saying thank you to Curled Paw Creatives for their continued support. They have a 20% off sale right now, no code needed. Thank you to our patrons who have continued to support us over the years and are the ones that pay the bills. Thank you for allowing us to come to Gen Con. And thank you to Asmodee for providing us with internet access. Thank you guys so much. All right, Crispy, let's go ahead, pick a list and break it down.
All right, I'm going to start with Colin Richard on the left. He is running the Rebel 4U list. This is a lot of beef, and it's a lot to unpack. We have Saw Gerrera in white with Hopeful, Fire Control System, K2SO, Ursa Wren, Contraband Cybernetics, and of course the Pivot Wing. We have Magvayaro in the purple ring down there with Notorious, the Child, Contraband Cybernetics, and the Tactical Scrambler. We have Cassian Andor in red with Trick Shot and Leia Organa. And finally, in blue, we have Benthic 2 Tubes with Perceptive Copilot, Jyn Erso, Contraband Cybernetics. That is a lot to unpack. Basically, just lots of friendly abilities. They're going to keep themselves alive as long as possible and just take up space.
Yeah, make sure to keep note of those colors. You got Saw Gerrera in white, Magvayaro in purple, Cassian in red, and Benthic 2 Tubes in blue. On the other side, William Haigwood has Double Decimators, Morna Key, and Captain Oiken. You just saw Morna Key move right there, which means that Captain Oiken is the one with the orange base. We'll go ahead and put that out there.
I believe.
Oh, no, is that the other way around?
The other way around.
Other way around. Morna Key's the one out there with the orange base. So we can keep track of that. Morna Key has got Ruthless, 000, Darth Vader, and BT-1. So watch out for those Ruthless against the TIE Fighters in order to make those hits hit even harder, especially with Morna Key being such a defensive ship with her ability to save reinforces, or basically what ends up happening, you flip it to the other side, but if you start it in the back and flip it to the front, hey, look, I'm double reinforced. I'm so cool.
There you go.
All right. Very, very powerful. Captain Oiken on the other side also has Ruthless and Death Troopers, and I think Death Troopers is going to be absolutely brutal. We were talking about it before the start of the match. Let's go ahead and take a look. Death Troopers, during activation, enemy ships at range 0 to 1 cannot remove stress tokens. Cassian Andor is one of the most powerful abilities in Colin's list to keep them flexible movement-wise. You just can't.
Yep.
You just can't do it. Death Troopers, absolutely amazing tech against Cassian Andor. Then you have your classic 2 Jingoists, with one with Overtune, one with Cloaking Device, and then Wampa as well, an Imperial staple with Elusive. Now looking at these lists, if you were playing Choose Your Champion, Crispy, where would your vote go?
I mean, I have to bet on Will Haigwood here. He's got more health. I mean, each U-Wing, is half of a Decimator, 16 health Decis to the 8 health U-Wings. And then he has, on top of that, the TIE Fighters.
Yep.
Plus, this is Scramble. He's got a lot more bodies out there. These U-Wings are very action-dependent. If they're doing red maneuvers, they've got ways to get their actions. So they want to be focusing pretty much all the time. They've got locks for a couple of things, and they have Jyn Erso. So if they need to get defensive, they can start putting out evade tokens instead. Meanwhile, Will has the tech to go in there and disrupt. You've got 000 to hand out additional stress tokens. Darth Vader, which can, remove your tokens. And now, especially, doing the red focus on the bump becomes dangerous because Darth Vader can simply remove that focus token from you, and Death Troopers will keep that stress token on you. Otherwise,
I give you a present. You get to keep it.
Otherwise, Darth Vader is just going to hit you for a damage at the start of the engagement phase. Meanwhile, you've got TIE fighters in there mucking up everything. And especially being at I-4 above most of those U-Wings, Saw is the only one over there that could possibly shoot before them. They're able to hand out those deplete or strain tokens when they engage and disrupt and potentially hurt the output of these U-Wings.
And then another thing that in this one that's going to end up helping, those Jingoists and Mornaki being Initiative 4, you know, depending on the situation, you just like, oh, did you scramble? Are you sure? No, I scrambled.
Exactly. And there's 3 I-4s on the right side as opposed to 1 I-4 on the left.
I'm curious to see how that's going to end up shaking out. Because I think if I'm Will, if Colin doesn't scramble, if he's next to it, then you just don't do it, right? You're just like, well, I'm not going to scramble either, and let's just, token up. Maybe you want to get one, maybe this one up here.
I mean, I think Will needs to apply some pressure. He needs to get those U-Wings to spend their actions on, you know, non-defensive or offensive things.
Good point.
So, for right now, the one that you circled, actually, I think is the safest one to take because those U-Wings are going to have a difficult time getting over there. So that's going to be a safe bank. But if you want to double that, then you can take maybe the center one or the, you know, the bottom one and say, hey, at some point, you have to address this.
Add some pressure, right?
Yep.
I like it. I like it. So you got Wampa in the center of the TIE Fighters. It's the one with the Sabine's TIE Fighter model out there with the little painted inside of the wings.
Also, I think this is beautiful positioning from the purple Jingoist. You can use that over-tune modulators, get those calculates, so that way you have that, you know, those modifications on you. And then on this opening turn, you can, in fact, take that objective, and you're not gonna feel that much pressure from the U-Wings because it's not, you know, an empty TIE fighter. You know, you've got those tokens, you have that passive mods, and then once you take a 2-0 lead, that starts ramping up, and then the pressure's on Colin to take out a TIE fighter every turn, or burn through these decimators fast because those are 7 points, and if you put through 15 damage, you get nothing. You got to go for 16.
You got to get 16 in there. Yeah, and he has, there he goes. There's the overtune modulator in the system phase. And, I mean, Will, if he wants to, he can take all of them.
Yes.
Right, with just 3 TIE fighters. He goes 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Yep. And, I mean, from that point, it's very difficult for Colin to win without immediately addressing those.
Yeah, it's like, I had a plan. I no longer have a plan.
Well, I mean, these U-Wings do provide a lot of fire.
All right. Saw, start of activation. Oh, that was K2SO. K2SO passing over the calculate. And then Cassian clearing it.
Yep, and that's going to be the last time that ability happens.
And 2 forward. And Will's list, I believe, is the same one as the winning list from the Hanover World Qualifier that happened 2 weekends ago? Last weekend.
It was last weekend.
Last weekend. We covered that on our podcast on Monday. And he's claiming it. Boop. Will, on his side, would technically be the yellow one, but I'll leave him alone. They'll figure it out. Second place, excuse me.
Yeah, I believe
in the final of the Hanover.
The winning list was Separatist, right?
Yes, it was the Separatist one. The Django Cad Bane, a couple of things, I believe.
Actually, I believe it was Cad Grievous, 2 Hyenas, the bombardment drones, and then 2 regular drones.
Yes.
I remember watching the top 4 match, which was that list against Cornton Rowe, who was flying my list and who I helped teach him to fly that list. And my apprentice did very well, making the top 4, getting his world invite. And hopefully by the end of this weekend, I will have plans to see him there.
There you go.
I mean, that's wishful thinking, but it's...
I don't have any official word that there's going to be a last chance qualifier, but I will be pushing very hard for there to be a last chance qualifier.
I thought it was mentioned in some kind of AMG post that it was being looked into, or it was, already in the works of, hey, we want there to be a last chance qualifier.
I mean, if they want it, they just got to do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
We're looking into it. No, just do it.
Yeah.
As the 2022 showrunner of Adepticon, Dion Morales, we have the space. It'll be fine. All right, here we go. Magva moving there. Now, a quick note about the wings. We're going by the tokens on the board, not by the positioning of the wing to the ships. Just notable. Those wings being moved just for the convenience of moving them around. You see Magva taking an evade. That was through Jin Urso, which is on one of these ships.
It's on Benthic.
On Benthic.
Yep. So Benthic, for his action, took a pair of focuses and then transferred one over to Saw, which then became an evade with Jin.
We'll have a 3-turn there. And that's a claim as well. Next TIE Fighter, this is the overtuned modulator TIE Fighter.
Yeah. I wonder what he's doing.
I mean, he's right there, and he's putting the pressure on. I mean, because the U-Wings moved already, that's a guaranteed 3 points.
Yep.
Right on the offset. And even if you lose a TIE Fighter, you're still ahead.
Yeah. However, if Saw moves fast enough, he could potentially grab it. I think he's a bit too far away. But this looks very, very good for Will.
And that Decimator sitting at range 2 across from Cassian. And locking onto Benthic, the Jin Urso carrier, right? So I think in a lot of times people would be trying to probably focus down Cassian because of the stress mitigation, but because he's got an answer to that in Death Troopers, I like that choice in Benthic 2 tubes.
Well, Will has to get the Death Troopers in there. That's on Oiken, who's on the far side, not Morna. Looks like they were quickly checking for Ursa Wren. Do we know who has the merciless pursuit conditions on Will's side? I'm assuming it's the Decimators. But was that specifically assigned?
All right, Darth Vader, we'll find out. He took a shield. And all right, one hit into Magva, safe. It's gonna be range 2, and the rest of the shots will end up going into into 2 tubes here. Next TIE Fighter. Spin a calculate for hit crit. Has to decide if he wants to take the 2. Spends for 1. More in a key now. Only 1 hit. It's going to have to spend the luck. Got 2. And that'll be 2. You got half points. Oh, no, sorry. We're not playing chance. You got half points, though. All right, reinforce. 3 hits.
Takes 2.
Okay, hold on 1 second. They're fixing the game state. We're going to be on hold. So I think Benthic's down to 3. AJ, they were moving really fast, so they're just. They're just double checking.
Was the I-4 Desi the one that spent the lock?
Yeah.
It was Morna Key?
It was Morna.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Whoa. No, he's gone, yeah.
Okay. So I think Benthic just died.
Yes.
Okay.
So if I believe what's happening, it appears that the Magva, so Mordecai.
It is correct. It is correct. It just feels terrible. Okay, so let's go step by step. So we had to go back to fix the Magva because he re-rolled 2 dice on the target lock.
Yes.
He then took the die, so now I only re-roll 1. Yes, rolled it. It was a crit, and we pulled a
direct hit.
All right, so then after that, they had already moved on to the Oiken shot. Oiken had delivered 3 more damage, thusly
bringing Benthic down to 1.
Right, and then that direct hit, going back, added +1 damage. Benthic is dead.
Yes.
Okay.
However, we got a hopeful trigger.
We did get a hopeful trigger.
And a boost.
Added a boost in there.
And this is round 2, I believe.
Yes. And we're in round 2.
Turn 2. There you go.
So that was correctly done, and I would say it does feel bad when correcting something that actually was more likely has the potential to help.
Yes.
To help Colin, and it ended up being worse. Yeah.
So it looks like shields down on Oiken. Sorry, not Oiken, on Morna with 2 damage cards.
And one of them being a fuel leak.
Yes. There you go.
All right, going at Cassian here with Wampa. 1 hit and safe. We just had an absolutely ridiculous thing.
Oh, yeah?
I'll tell you about it later. All right. Using Morna's ability to flip the reinforce to the back. We're going to go double strain on that TIE fighter.
And Will gets 3 points.
And 3 points.
Wow.
Ooh, that is a massive swing right in the onset. That's 8-0.
That's 8.
After turn
2.
Oh.
Heading into turn 3, and Will's got half the game done.
Oof.
Yeah, that's rough.
Hate to see it. And I mean, and that's like, it's, whew. Now there's I like what I feel bad about is how Colin's feeling, right?
Oh yeah.
Because here is like the public relations part bad of this. Like obviously Will is one of my best friends, right?
Yeah.
So once we saw that Magva Yar was wrong, it's like, well, I cannot not say something.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, it's because he's his friend and he's not saying it and it helped him out. Like, no. Okay, wait, let's get it fixed. And
see, the thing is, you knew all along that it was going to be a crit.
correct. Yeah. Yes.
Just keep rolling, man.
I Palpatined it. I just moved my hand, and it is what it is.
Dion Palpatine alt art when?
Artist, get on it.
And I'm not talking about 2.5 art. I want 1.0 Dion.
Alrighty. No, yeah, I don't feel bad. It's just one of those where like I feel bad for Colin because he went from like, oh, I missed something that helps me to wait, that was supposed to help me.
Yep.
Yep. Alrighty. We have the dial down there for Cassian. Remember Alderaan GSP? Which part? It all becomes a blur, I'll be honest. Looks like we're waiting for our next turn. Here we go.
Heading into turn 3.
Here we go. We're at the system phase. All right, Cassian got to do his thing. Wasn't in range 1. And 2 bank from Wampa. Takes the focus. And this is a hard turn. Hard 2 here for Cassian. Going to be pointed up at the top at Captain Oiken. Why, thank you. I like baseball. And looks like Captain Oiken is going to be running into here, into Magvallaro with that 4 straight. Now this is Captain Oiken. Captain Oiken's ability did get updated. Tell us about that, Crispy.
Yeah, so now with range 0 attacks being a thing, Captain Oiken can treat any range 0 attack as if it is a range 1 attack, which means mods, extra die, the likes, the works, and he gets everything that he ever wants, and you don't get any of it back.
Gotta love it. All right, and we're gonna get some more collisions here. Gonna end up bumping. Now this maneuver is not being executed due to Wampa, not due to Cassian.
But we'll still roll for it because Cassian is on the other end of it.
Correct. Looked like no damage there.
Yep.
And where is... All right, and did you? Will's expression on this side was, "Oh crap!"
Yep.
He might make that. All right. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, slap that 2 bank down, and see if that Jingoist is the one with the over 2 modulators. Will be able to make it over. And nope. After completing the table surgery, it looks like that TIE fighter is going to have to go. Oh, move the template, Will Haigwood.
All this moving about. I do not miss the TTS aspect of. Oh no, it bumped.
Yes.
Anyway, next
Yep.
up.
All right. Game state being reset here. Takes the focus stress.
Other jingoist getting on in there.
2 straight. I came to the shooting gallery.
Woo.
And it looks like this is a fast maneuver with Mornacki jumping over. Now let's see. Completely arced dodges all the U-wings.
Yep.
Able to get out of there. So now doesn't have to use an action to do reinforce because nobody can shoot you. This offensive time.
Well, she did keep the reinforce from the last turn.
Yep.
I believe that was to ward off the U-wing from stopping and rotating, and simply watching her fly over.
Now, I heard Will ask, like, wait, so because of Saul's ability, if I lock somebody, Saul gets a lock? Yes. Oh, okay. So Saul's Will's favorite action is target lock.
Oh.
He will take target lock 99.9% over focus every time. Doesn't matter the situation. He just loves his focus.
There you go.
Triple zero trigger here. So it's going to get a calculate. Darth Vader triggers now on Morna. Sorry, on to Saw.
Saw takes a shield.
Did he flip it?
He did.
Okay. He's so fast.
Oh, yeah.
Here's range 1 into Saw. Spend a calculate for 3. And it looks like all 3 of those are going in. Already starting to feel the pain of not having benthic 2 tubes in Jyn Ursa.
Yep.
All right, range 0 into Cassian. 1 hit. Has a focus. And takes the damage. All right, and here's the other TIE fighter taking a shot as well. Plenty of evades. All right, this is going to be going into Mornacki. And 3 hits and a crit. Reinforce, hit, crit, crit.
Crit is going to trigger fuel leak, so that's going to be at least 1 extra damage in there.
Blinded pilot. Another fuel leak. He's down to 5?
I believe down to 6. There's
6. There it is. All right, Oiken's up.
No, Lou, we're not doing pegging violations here at Gen Con.
What? What?
Lou is asking, since he removed his decimator from his peg, that's a violation. Well, you have to have your miniature on the base at all times.
That rule has changed.
It did get removed.
It was removed, and now, if necessary, you can have it off the base,
nice.
And you should just replace it when possible.
Excellent.
He's taking the range 1 into Magva.
Yeah, it works out.
4 hits. And all 4 of them stick. I'm just waiting for the GSP rigged. It's coming. It's coming. All right. Range 1 Cassian into Wampa. 2 evades for the 2 crits. Trading. All right. So it's going into the purple Jingoist, who's currently strained. Spends a focus. Safe. All right, Wampa's ability not triggered. Range angle 0, single crit. And safe. See, there are evades on those dice, I promise.
There are, yeah. No, I mean, I shaved the evades off a couple of hexagons on the way over.
And there's a strain that just went down on Wampa. Why is that? What am I?
That is for the Notorious on Magriara.
Yes. So reinforce, gonna stick around with Magva's ability again.
Mm-hmm.
And then we score +3 more to William. That is a score of 11-0 going into round 3.
The only thing I see is that it keeps the
Hmm? Yep.
Yeah, defensively, he did. So, how do we get to this this game state? Will opening up with 3 TIE fighters, acquiring the satellites.
Yep.
Scrambling. Had a turn of 3-0. Able to take out Benthay Tutus. There's your other 5. And another turn of 3-0. Yep. So, we talked about early, when you have that such a slighted advantage, it's really hard to come back. Because essentially, right now, I mean, I guess, Colin, if you really wanted to, does he have a way to take away? He could get 2 of them. right? If you want two of the satellites, that would bring William to 12.
Yep.
After that,
and it would give him 2 points, and then if he brings down Morna, that's 7 points, and now he's only in a 3-point deficit.
Right. But that's a big ask, and you're giving up all your actions to do that.
Yep.
That is where it is.
I mean, plus the TIE fighters are just squirreling around. That's their job. The decimators are to stay on target, keep shooting with as many mods as they can. While the TIE fighters annoy, harass, and eventually get around to the objectives.
Pew, 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 pew. Yep. So we have a couple people who don't believe that Colin has a win condition. I mean, that's not technically true. If you want to go down the impossible, I mean, these are decimators. They take crits. You know, Morna just goes down in one turn.
Yeah.
All right. You got Saw out there being able to deliver crits. You know, is it unlikely? Sure, but I don't like to count people out. We have seen, if you have watched as much X-Wing as I have, or as many people have, you've seen ridiculous things that people would say impossible happen.
I mean, I think that there's a good chance that Morna dies this round.
There is a good chance that Morna can go down with 6 hull this turn.
I mean, she's got a fuel leak, and I believe Magva can still spin this turn.
All right, Will's going to continue to be the first player, which I think does help him as well. He's gotten that a couple of turns in a row, allowing him to know where Saw is going to be and not having to deal, at least with that ship's maneuver when it comes to blocking. All right, let's see where Wampa's gonna go. Okay, gonna try to use that side-to-side method. Does it fit?
Depends on if the miniature will allow it.
I don't believe. Nope. That's going to end up blocking. So that means that Wampa doesn't go anywhere. Did have to end up rolling for damage. Didn't suffer. Oiken coming down. Expect Morna just to do one forward. Taking the focus. Staying disciplined, not wanting to give the free locks out is what this is.
Yep. Because Saw is the one with Ursa, and he is in pursuit of Morna at this point.
That's right.
You want to keep Morna alive if you will, and that means keeping locks away from Saw.
And let's see what the move is here. We're going to use an action to claim that objective. Yep,
Yay.
Sure does. Sure does. So now we have 2-1.
I mean, until the Jingoist takes it back.
I mean, that's a possibility. But if he flies past it, then
there you
maybe
go.
not. So it looks like we're doing a little stop maneuver, a little flip-de-doo. And going to end up pointing at Oiken. And stressed. Ooh. That means that we're going to end up getting a, there's something here. What is it? BT1, right? Able to, versus a stress ship. Takes a focus. And I think because that 3 hard didn't fit from Wampa, we're going to get the Jingoist slamming into Wampa. Safe. Mornike, 1 straight. Points update, we're still at 11-0. We haven't entered the engagement phase yet. We might get some points changing then.
Yep.
As a reminder, there are no half points in Scramble the Transmission. Two bank to avoid that rock. And if you're Will here, if you have the action, you scramble, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh, it'll last.
That's a...
All right.
That's a mistake by Will. I think he just not noticing.
Maybe he wants to give Colin some hope. Is Will that kind of guy?
No, you can't take your foot off the gas. You can't do it. Because look what just happened. Now it's 2-1 to Colin. Because the focus is worthless. There's nobody pointing at Wampa or at that Jingoist. Triple zero trigger, takes a stress. Darth Vader to get rid of the calculate.
Calc is gone.
And it is range 1. Hit crit. And Ruthless for hit crit. Takes hit crit. It is a direct hit. Down to 1. That was also a missed trigger for BT1 as well. Hits a crit. It could have been double crits. And the Jingoist took a miss.
Yep. That was the 1 crit coming in.
This is Saul back. 2 damage to Morna. Down to 4.
Almost.
The reinforcers in the front, not the back on that shot.
Yep.
Oiken trying to finish him with the 4 dice, and that's a guarantee.
Yep.
Saul goes down 0-16. All right. His initiative 3s now on the other side. This is Magva.
No, Saw died at 3. He's
still on the board. Yes. So that ability does happen.
4, and that is enough.
What? No, I think that was into Oiken.
What?
That shot, because the arc.
Oh. So did he roll too many dice?
No, it's range 1.
Or did he?
Range 1 right there.
Oh, so he chose to shoot into Oiken. Oh, he didn't even have arc at all.
He didn't have Morna in arc. Yeah, that's a fully operational decimator.
I thought that snagged the back corner over there. Just, I mean, this is a weird angle.
Yeah.
And that Magva's bumped.
All right, end phase. +1 for Will, +2 for Colin. Yeah, 2-17. And Colin's going to go ahead and call it right there. Yep. Understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable. And that's it. So that means that was a play-in game. That was it. So William Haigwood going to be making the cut. Going to be making the cut. I mean, obviously, I'm happy. He's my buddy. But it happened in an ugly. It happened, there was that weird, like, hey, we had to call the judge about this thing. I mean
that really shaped the game.
Yeah.
Honestly, because that was a ship off the table. Who, I mean, Wampa still hadn't shot yet.
Right. So there is definitely a timeline where Wampa just finishes it, right? And then we're fine. It's just, it felt bad.
Yeah.
Well, with that, friends, that actually ends our transmission. Well, not quite. It doesn't quite end the transmission. We're going to do some giveaways before we go. But that's our last game for today. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time. We'll start at 9. All right, 9. Dials down at 9. I will not be behind this screen unless I completely scrub out and decide to drop. But I think I'm just going to play the 5 games just to play them because, I mean, it's my chance, right? So Will, who just made the cut, will be here, and we will be back tomorrow. So if you guys need anything, feel free to hit us up on Discord. And again, thank you to Asmodee for providing internet. Thank you to Qualifier Creatives for their continued support. And thank you to our patrons, the ones that make it happen, the reason why we can afford to rent the hotel and do all the things and bring this for you. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Gold Squadron out. No, wait, no, I lied. Giveaways. What am I doing? Crispy, you didn't stop me. You didn't stop me.
I'm not.
I almost left without giving away things to the people.
You run your stream, man. I'm not.
You're here to supervise me.
I'm supervising you?
Come on.
All right.
All right, here we go. So where did we get? We got to 80, so that means we're going to be giving away a shirt brought to you by the Grand Admirals. Thank you so much for their support. All right, so we got 1 t-shirt to give away, and then we can give them the sign out.
There you go.
All right, so if you want to be eligible for the giveaway, all you have to do is type in the chat. And I know my plan is to get some dinner and play some board games with my friends, people like Andrew Knuckles of Curl Paw Creatives, as he mysteriously shows up. There you go. All right, the winner of the shirt is
Judge Ender.
Judge Ender, congratulations. Type exclamation point win. You have won the shirt. Well, now, for real this time, be smart, be safe, and be back tomorrow for our next broadcast, the second day It's not the second day of Swiss, but the second heat of Swiss. Hopefully you guys understand. We'll be back with day 2 tomorrow. Gold Squadron out. Thank you to ISO, Danko, Baffle, Trojan, Prophet, Shadow, Tycho, Spice, Raider, Lancer, Fallen, Row 6, 626, Chief, and J List, our Grand Admiral patrons. And all of our Gold Squadron patrons and community members, thank you for your support. Gold Squadron out.